Hi everyone and welcome to the AVRI Trading YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to be breaking down a trade on the Euro AUD pair that I did a few hours ago. Now, first and foremost, I just want to say that us at AVRI, we trade using the supply and demand concepts or the smart money concepts or whatever it is that you guys are normally aware of. Alright, we do have our own syllabus and we do have our own ways of teaching, but without further ado, let's just carry on with the video. So first and foremost, I would like to check on the directional bias, especially on the higher time frames, because those are where the more clear and concise movements can be seen. So if we go to the 4-hour time frame, we can actually see that price came down from a downtrend, alright, because on the daily trend itself it is on a downtrend, but at this current stage here, it is in an uptrend. As you can see, it is going up. So I don't use trend lines, I'm just drawing this just so that you guys can see the trend itself. Now, once I've identified the directional bias, I'm just going to go onto the lower time frames, which just now happen to be the 1-hour chart, and I'm just here to mark my points of interest. So points of interest are basically areas of supply and demand. Alright, places where you buy and sell or you're looking to buy and sell. So I see one here. This was the one that I saw. Pardon me for this. Let me just remove that. There you go. So I saw this and I characterized this as a 1-hour POI or a 1-hour order block. Alright, you can say that. And I also saw one right here as well, but this one has already been mitigated. So the premise of why I chose this is because there is a clear break of market structure right at this particular point here, and at this point right over here is where the rally began to the upside. So this order block could be the origin. Alright, so this is what I speculated. I noted down that this is the point of origin for the move itself, the base of the move. So I see this as a point of interest, right, because there is a clear break of market structure and then it shadowed a bit before it pushed up again. Right, now the reason why I didn't choose this one right here or this one right here is because it has already been mitigated. Alright, it has already been covered by this point here, but this one has not been mitigated yet. Now some might consider this area here as a point of mitigation, but I would not really consider that, namely because this is on the 1-hour time frame, and an immediate mitigation like this would probably just be on the lower time frame itself. So while I was at this particular point here, I marked my POIs, so I see this because it has not been mitigated yet. Now at this particular area here, it does seem like it has been mitigated, but what I choose to follow is that I choose to follow a precise mitigation, which means it comes down into the candle itself before going up. But as you can see right over here, it did not touch the candle at all. Alright, so I like to refine my entries. Okay, so first and foremost, the reason why I'm only looking for a buying situation here is because on the 4-hour time frame, as you can see just now, it was on a uptrend. Alright, it was on a bullish order flow. So I would be looking for a bullish situation as well, which means that I was hoping for price to enter into this particular area here before going back up again, maybe targeting the equal highs that are around this particular area here. So of course, talking about that, we do see equal highs, which means that in the concept that we are following, there is money being placed up here. There are orders of people, all the liquidities are right up here, so we're just hoping that this point would be a point of target for our trade. Alright, so let's just go into the 4-hour time frame again just to check that particular area, and this is what it looks like. So this was our initial point of interest, and this one is the one that has been mitigated already. So we're targeting this for the take profit level. Alright, and we also see a imbalance right here. So let's just go back to the 1-hour time frame again. So as per usual, I love to refine my entries. So price has been continuing and whatnot. Now I see this as my point of interest, so I'm just going to go down onto the lower time frames and refine my entry on that particular point itself. So as you can see here, it does look very messy, alright, because there isn't really a point in terms of the areas of interest right here. There is multiple points that we can be looking at. Now, of course, people might be looking for this area here because it has taken out liquidity at this particular point, coming down and then going up again. So this is considered a sell to buy move right here. All right, and this is the range itself. So this is the entire range of the sell to buy move. All right, so you came down, swapped liquidity before going back up again. All right, so I saw this on the 15-minute chart, and I saw that, okay, this would not be a likely move because this candle itself is actually the mitigation move for the order block that we saw just now. So I would say no, that like I would not be entering into this particular point here. So I went on to the 5-minute time frame where I saw an order block right here. All right, I saw this very small order block right here, and this one is much more precise in terms of the break of market structure. As you can see, it came down a bit and then it went up, breaking the market structure here, followed by here. So to me, this was the area of entry that I would be looking at, which happened to be the point of entry. So we can just stretch it out over here like that. And normally what I like to do is that I like to enter 1 or 2 pips above and put my stop losses 1 or 2 pips below the order block itself. So let's just go on to the 1 hour time frame again, just to draw out the line easily for ourselves. So as you can see here, this is where the 5-minute point of interest is. Alright, and just below that is my stop loss. So my exact numbering for my entry was actually I have it right here. My entry price was 1.54075, and my stop loss for this one I placed it at 1.53806. So it's about a 26 pip stop loss. I did, however, refine it just to the 1 hour order block like that. So all in all, my range was about 12 pips. All right, and I'm currently targeting the highs of this two right here because this is where the point of liquidity is. All right, so let's just play this forward, and as you can see, price goes into the point of interest for the 5 minutes, and then it starts to go up, and we are currently right here straddling at this particular area here. I did take some profit when it did reach this area here because on the, I think it was the 30-minute time frame, if I'm not wrong, there was an order block over here that was pretty prominent. So I took some profit over here, and I've moved my stop loss up to about the, I have placed my current stop loss at about this particular area here. So I do have secured some profits, some partials, as well as having my stop loss above break even in case price does come down. So I'm just managing my trades carefully. Alright, so that's about it for the video. Alright, there is nothing much else that I can say because it is as simple as that. I'm just waiting for price to do its thing, but I do see price coming down again into the area before going into my break even, because the overall directional bias for the daily time frame is a bearish. Alright, however, on the H4, the H1, and the lower time frames, it is on a bullish order flow. So that's about it. This is my analysis for the EURAUD trade that I took a few hours ago, and I hope that you guys have an amazing day ahead. Take care of yourself, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications. Take care.